once or twice every podcast.
Did I mention he smells like shit?
Yeah, I think you did mention that. I think you did.
Did I mention his retarded hairline?
At one point, Money, though, I gotta throw this out there just to be fair. At one point, Money did manage Gallow. He was your manager.
Don't talk.
He was your manager. When
he smelled my gear up.
Yeah, when you were going to the tagline, the perfect element. This is before you became the protector of professional wrestling.
That's a long time
ago. Yeah, he was his manager, and so they had to work together.
Did I mention? Oh, we didn't talk about his teeth. Oh, he has 4 rows of teeth, by the way. That's not an exaggeration. It's not a joke. He has 4 fucking rows of teeth.
He really does.
All on the bottom.
Yeah, he's got like these 3 rows right on the bottom. It's like his teeth just pop out of nowhere. It looked like. I want to say it was like the Matrix fields, but like it wasn't because the Matrix fields like had a particular order to their rows. His doesn't literally everything would just pop out like a random.
Out of nowhere. It was like I used to call it like Jesus' crown in his mouth. Do you remember when John went up to him and asked him what the fuck was wrong with his teeth?
Yeah. John is one of the guys I used to work with. He used to wrestle someone named Scorpio, and he was a character.
Oh, he was out there.
He would bust Money's balls like
more than anybody else.
Beyond belief. I mean, besides Gallow, who used to literally throw full water bottles
at his
Money's
head.
face.
Like, I nailed him in it.
And he'd get wet. And the best part about this was Gallow started this, and somehow it bled out or whatever, and people in the crowd started doing it. And they started throwing shit at him. Like, he would come out to the ring, and water bottles would just start flying at this guy's face.
And thanks to me, they're all full.
And I always felt bad about these things that happen to Money, because I genuinely thought that he was a decent person. Like,
no, he's not.
He might be a virgin, and he might be the ugliest man walking God's green earth. I mean, we were at the bar one time. We tried to hook him up with this girl. Let me just tell you about the girl's nickname. We had no idea what her name was, but we literally called her the World Ender. So, like, you can imagine what she looked like. And she wouldn't even hook up with Money.
No, she wouldn't know what to do with
and
him.
we were willing to pay her, too. I think that might have been the same night that we took the back seat out of his car.
Oh, yeah.
And took it out of the car. We stripped it.
Then we put him on it.
Yeah, and then we brought it into the bar, and then and carried him out on his back seat of his car. But I always thought he was like a decent guy, and then he would leave and he would come back, and I was in a position where I was able to do things within XWA or whatever, and I always had his back about when he would want to come back. I'd let him come back in and whatever, and help him out with everything. And at the end of XWA, before the promotion ended, there was this event, and me and him got into this loud, nasty altercation. And ever since then, I found out recently that this guy has literally gone ahead and done nothing but trash me. Completely try to, shit on me.
Yeah, that's bullshit!
And that's all he would try to do. And it's sad, because it's like, here I was, helping him out every step of the way for the 3 years that we were, working in XWA together. And I was legitimately like one of the few guys that was actually nice to him. And then when it all came to an end, it became, oh, well, I'm this bad, evil villain, in real life, and I do nothing but torture people. And it's like, I don't understand where this comes from. And the beauty of it is, I've seen him a couple of times at like shows. Like, I worked a pre-show for Jerry, because he does the SWA thing for FTW, and Money was in attendance. And he's sitting there, and he's just like heckling me, and then I look over at him, and he just smiles, and he kind of like, acknowledges the fact, like, hey, what's up? Whatever.
Yeah, like, he's cool.
And then for like 3 weeks later, he goes to our friend Doug, who works under the name Damon Knight, goes to one of his his Labor Day barbecues or something like that, and completely just bashes me
again,
to Doug, like, behind my back, like, doesn't but he won't ever say anything to my face, because
he's a fucking fat bitch.
Because he's a pussy. That's really what it comes down to.
He smells bad, and he's a virgin, he's a faggot.
Like, he's
sorry, gay people. I'm sorry to even. Let me just say this.
No, here we go.
I had nothing wrong. I don't hate gay people at all, and I hate that I say faggot. It's just one of those things that have come into my vocabulary. But I am sorry to gay people to even compare you to that fucking piece of shit. Like, that is. I shouldn't even say that. That's how I mean it. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad Money is. Like, I feel bad even acknowledging that he's a faggot.
Yeah,
he's worse than anything else.
I'll just say he's a punk bitch. That's basically what it comes down to. Like, he's
shit fuck.
He's an asshole. So
I just want to fucking throw him in a washing machine.
Be
See
prepared
if
though,
he's still clean.
because $20 says we're gonna do a lot of bashing on him.
Oh,
And
you're gonna hear
and
money all the time.
This is why we say if anybody out there who knows who the money is,
Please.
and
And you know where he is.
he's not hard to find because he's got the stupidest looking dollar symbol Batman Superman logo thing
on his
wherever the
fucking
fuck it
arm.
is, on his
And
arm.
it smells like his shitty taco meat self.
and just look for his widow's peak that he shaves off.
And it clearly grows back in.
Yeah. If you find this man, if you see him on the streets,
You know where he works. You know where he lives.
find out where he works.
You know where he goes to get gas.
Find out where he lives. Find out his cell phone number because I would love
Please.
to actually call him up as we're recording this podcast.
I would fucking call him here. I don't care.
and call him. Because he's also a bitch that just go find him on Facebook. We can't. He blocked
He
us.
blocked me from finding him.
Like we can't find him on Facebook. Like he does not exist because he blocked us because he's a bitch.
And I heard his girlfriend's autistic, and I want to find out if that's true.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, I'm not gonna try to bash his girlfriend.
Well, no,
but-
I don't know. I'm saying I
but I
don't know if
seen
it's true.
Yeah, well, I seen a photo of her. She looks like she's
She's definitely.
not all there necessarily.
Well, I mean, anyone who would date him is not all there to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, he's just.
And I mean, I think it might be fake. I think it might be like his mom or something.
Yeah, he's a
just
human
putting pictures
cockroach. That's basically what it comes
Yeah.
down to. He really is.
up. No, he's a
human
cockroach is good. Except he wouldn't survive the
the
apocalypse.
Holocaust. There, yeah, say
The
the
apocalypse.
Holocaust to the Jew.
No, I don't mean. You know how cockroaches would have survived like a fucking
Yeah.
atomic bomb.
Yeah,
I meant the
well,
apocalypse.
Yeah, nuclear bomb.
That's
whatever
what I
the fuck
meant.
it was.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All
Asshole.
right. Well, do you have a good money story that you'd like to tell, Will? Since we're on the topic already.
No, I think we talked about money enough. I think
Are
we
you
should
sure?
just wait and let him have
You
it.
don't want to tell about the time that about John and the prank phone call. text
Oh, and
messages?
okay, this was
I like
actually
this
pretty good.
story.
Okay,
Don't-
so like
I'll let you take it.
one night, we all went out to dinner after a show, and like, and obviously money wasn't there, because why the fuck would we want that smelly piece of shit with us? So we're all out, and what we decided to do is we want to fuck with that guy John, and John's a little bit unstable, and if you fuck with him, he'll get pissed off. So what we wound up doing is we had the app on our phones where you could call somebody for someone else's number. So at the time we had Money's number, and we all sat around the table and we kept calling John for Money's number. And he would answer the phone and then no one would talk, and he would get fucking pissed off. He's like, yo, what the fuck? Why does Money keep calling me and he's not saying anything? So we did this. I mean, I think a piece we did it about 10 times, and John finally has enough. So John tells all of us to start calling Money from our phones, and he's gonna call Money. So Money winds up getting like 20 fucking calls, and John's texting Money over and over again, like, yo, what the fuck do you want? Why do you keep fucking calling me? What's your deal? And John texts him back, and I'm sorry, Money finally texts him back from at the actual Money. It wasn't us anymore. And he goes, yo, John, stop fucking with me. I don't want you to call me anymore. So now John is livid. He's like, all right, this motherfucker's gonna get it.
Wait. Okay, and let's just like make one thing clear. You and a couple of other wrestlers set this whole thing up.
Oh yeah.
Like you didn't know it was gonna snowball, but it did.
Oh yeah. No,
Okay.
no, I'm happy at that.
All right. So Money text John, tell him to go fuck off. Stop
Yeah,
calling me,
yeah,
yada,
yeah.
yada. John.
Well,
loses his shit.
John thinks it's Money fucking hitting him up 1,000 times. So here comes we wound up having in the XWA Fed. We wound up having this big like Royal Rumble event. It's called the Future Shock, and coincidentally, two guys are gonna be in the match with them: Little T and John. Little T and John are best friends, and they both hate Money just as much as I do. And at this point, this is the first event after this whole incident went down with John and Money. So Little T and John decide as soon as they're in the ring with Money, they're both gonna fuck him up. So I'm actually in the ring at this point, and I'm working with Money in the corner, and the first person to come out is Little T. So Little T runs in the ring, jumps in, literally stands in the middle while I'm in the corner with Money and goes, yo, Gallow, give him to me. I'm like, all right. So I whip Money in. I have no idea what he's going to do. T winds up back as far as he could and clotheslined Money straight in his fucking throat. It sounded like somebody got chopped, but it was fucking T's forearm in Money's throat. And all I hear is, oh, God!
Oh man.
And Money's on his face, just laying down on the floor. And I don't know what to do. So I go over to give Money like an elbow drop. And Money's like, no, please. Money's like, yeah, I see tears in his eye. And I look up and he's just smiling, dancing in the middle of the ring, like completely ignoring the fact we have a Royal Rumble going on.
Wow.
But what's better is when John comes in. So of course time elapses, Money gets a little better, and he's thinking everything's okay. It was just a fucking stiff clothesline, and then all of a sudden here comes my mind's telling me no, and out comes John. John literally makes a beeline to the ring, ignores the fact he has a spot with me planned, fucking doesn't even look at me, comes in, throws Money in the corner, and gives him the stiffest form I've ever seen in my life. He was like, boom! I was like, oh, fuck. And, like, the best part is John told me while he's doing all this, he's beating the shit out of him. He's whispering in Money's ear, oh, you're doing a great job. This is going to look so good. This is going to be great. And, like, it was just It was a beatdown. Like, he forearms him in the face, throws him on the ground, does a moonsault, lands 2 knees straight on his fucking gut. You see Money trying to get away. So Money puts his arms up. John literally jumps up for a kick and in midair, like, delays himself and kicks Money straight in the face. He beat him so bad that Money went into the ropes and asked Scott, clearly on camera, to throw him out of the ring. It was that bad.
So he basically got fucked
He
up
got fucked up, and it was the
for
funniest
something he
fucking
didn't even
thing.
do, which is great, and he deserves it because
The best will always be Gallow. Give him to me.
Gallow give him.
And yeah, it wasn't even his fault, but he's a fucking faggot piece of shit, and he deserved it.
So okay, it brought up something because I'm curious because like that's clearly guys fucking around in the ring, to a totally different
No, that's extreme.
end. Let's go to the other end. Is there something or anything that you have that's like funny that's not like actually hurting somebody that you've ever had in the ring? Like I'm notorious for doing certain things.
Yeah, you like to tell stories when you have people in headlocks.
Yeah. I'm like I remember working my friend Nick. He wrestled in the name Vile. And I got him in a headlock, and I'm literally sitting there. I'm like, "What do you want to eat tonight? What are you in the mood for?" And he's just laughing. And then he's like, "Oh, we can go get pizza or something." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, pizza sounds good." And then he throws me off, and we go into Universal or whatever.
That's
the
why
hell
you're
it was.
clearly an Owen Hart fan.
Yeah, and then later on in that same match, though, it's funny because Nick was notorious for ripping ass when he would wrestle. So Nick rips ass, and he like body slams me, and as I guess he's slamming me, he farts, and as I'm on the ground, he just kind of lunges over and he's like, hold your breath, and I kind of knew because I knew he had like a history of farting in the ring, and it was funny. But like I'm also, known, and Tony Fatu will attest to this. Like during battle royals and stuff like that, I'm the asshole. Like I'll get you in a corner, I'll work you in the corner, I'm punching you, I'll punch you, and then I'll give you like the worst like purple nipple you've ever felt.
Yeah.
Like, and the worst part is, I know it's not going to be on camera, and that's the reason I'm doing it. I'm just trying to
He's
enjoy
an
your
asshole.
reaction. I'm almost trying to make you break character in the battle royal, just to fuck around.
And I'll
It's a
never
battle
do
royal.
it though. I'll never break.
No, well I was gonna say, is there anything you do that's like somewhat funny, or an instance in which you did something?
There's some like if I really want to fuck with someone, if it's like someone I'm close with in the ring, sometimes I'll get them like in a hold or something, and it'll just start being like really gay. I'll get them. I'll be like, "Oh yeah, how does that feel? Oh yeah." They're like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it."
And,
I think I did that to be a kid. Oh yeah.
and you're a big boy, so it's not like they can probably get out of the hold.
No, that's another thing. Like sometimes if I really want to fuck with somebody, like I trained for a long time in submission wrestling and jiu-jitsu and stuff. So when I say I'm a shooter, like that really is kind of what I am. I've been an amateur wrestler, and I've done collegiate and everything that is legitimate about wrestling I've done. So if I really want to put somebody in a hold and not let them go, I will. And sometimes I'll just do that because I just want to be a dick, just have a little fun in the ring. I think it was I think I did a battle royal once, and I don't remember who I was working with. It might have been T. Or was we? When the fuck was it? All right. Well, I can't.
Well, you're in a battle royal, so
Okay,
note to promoters: don't book us in battle.
Yeah,
royals,
don't put us in battle royals. Well, battle royals is one of those things you can fuck around the most. Like the most recent one, I did the Ace Anarchy battle royal, and Eddie Kingston completely breaks. Like we're all working in the corner. He breaks a fuse and goes, "Yo, everybody!" We're like, "What?" He goes, "Beat the shit out of Ricky Reyes." So literally, like a pile of like 15 people just run over. And I mean, I bet Mike Morgan's probably shitting his pants in the back. We all just start beating the shit out of Ricky Reyes for absolutely no reason. It was just because fuck it, he just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But that's an example of what goes on in Battle Royal. So one Battle Royal, I don't remember exactly who it was, but I remember I decided I was just going to run in the ring and do something fucked up. So I run into the ring. I don't remember who it was. I think it was T. I took him down, and I got him into body scissors in a fucking rear naked choke, but I wasn't really choking him. I just let him go for like 5 minutes. So instead of coming in and getting my fire, I just took him down and just laid there. I don't think anybody noticed either. I was just laying there with him in my arms.
So like I was saying, note to bookers:
don't ever do it.
Don't
put me.
in
And I
battle
don't put me in a fucking battle royal.
All right. Question for you.
What you want, fucker?
Who's your favorite guy to work?
Favorite guy to work?
Yeah.
That's a hard question.
Now that's bullshit. May I have your attention? Shut up! Just read it.
I wish I had a fucking thing to read so I can fucking remember.
Yeah.
This
Who's
shit.
your favorite
guy
to
I've had a lot of good matches. I really like working with Jason Cross. He's really cool too. I've had a lot of good matches with him. Ryan.
That's the guy from Warriors, right?
Yeah. No. Obviously, you're for anyone who doesn't know, Ashley is one of the easiest fucking people to wrestle in the world. Period.
Thank you.
Yeah, you really are. Like, there is no real like. there's some people like you go backstage and you really have to talk about a lot of things, and not even setting up matches, just talking about how each other works. Ashley's just good at adapting to whatever you do and making it work in the ring. So whether you talk about spots before, whether you don't, whether you know about the match for a month, whether you know about it that day, if you just go into him and go, okay, this is some of the stuff I do, like, all right, we'll just make it work in there, and it's very fluid and very easy to do. So you're one of the easiest people. I know if I go out there with you, it's just gonna be a solid match, whether I like it or not.